Because they do not need them to speak their language. They only need the people, their first 4 people, to be able to understand them. Haven't sponsored them and trained them to sponsor. All they need to do is continue to do that. And that thing that started with 4 people, 95%, not all of them, but 95% of the organization is completely and directly from those 4 people that they are taught to sponsor. Isn't that exciting? Do you understand? Isn't that exciting that you started something that even you lack the capacity to stop? Because you are not the one that is responsible for that growth. You are responsible for the growth of your 4 people, who are responsible for the next order. And it gets to a point where it's viral. Even you cannot stop it. Do you understand? Yes. That's what's most important. Alright? Ladies and gentlemen, napkin presentation 3 says there are 4 things you need to do to start on this journey. Very important. 4 things you need to do. Look at your neighbor and tell them 4 things.
4 things.
Tell them 4 things.
4 things.
What's the number 1? Number 1 says get started. First thing says get started. It says buy the privilege pack. The only way to get the business opportunity is to buy the privilege pack. You cannot build a network marketing business like ours if you have not bought the network marketing product. Our own product is a privilege pack. Buy the privilege pack. And that's what it says. It says get started. If you do not buy the privilege pack, you cannot get started. However, after you get started, there are a few things you need to do. Don't forget, we have said that in this business, what we are trying to do is to move from our point A to point B. Our point A is where we are now, and our point B is financial freedom. If there's nobody interested in financial freedom here, please raise up your hand. Okay, good. If there's nobody interested in extra income here, raise up your hand. You have enough. What you are saying is what is enough, and you are fine. I'm content. I have contentment. I have contentment personally. I am content with what I have. But what I have is not enough. Okay? So I'm content. Whatever I have part time, I'm content. But it's not enough. So the standard I have today, I'm content. But it's not enough. I know it's not enough. I'm content with it. It means I will not comment your own. But I will grow it. And then when I grow it to 10 naira, I'm content. But it's still not enough. And then I grow it. So I'm content. But it is not enough. Okay? Because when it is more, I have capacity to do more good with it. Alright? So since we are going to get from where we are to where we want to go, we need a vehicle. You need a vehicle to move from point A to point B. Point A being where you are now, point B being your destination, financial freedom. Any $10,000 extra per month. Any $30,000 extra per month. Any $50,000 extra per month. Whatever it is. Once it's financial freedom, is fine. And you need to also understand that the vehicle you will need to get to from here to where you want to go, in our case now, is avenues to wealth. So it is a vehicle to get from where you are to where you want to be. And that's the understanding that I want us to have per time. The reason, for those who watched the earlier video, the reason a Commodore will move from being a Commodore to a train railroad magnate is because where he wanted to be was what was most open in his mind. And what he was looking for was vehicle. So for you, yeah, it's Commodore, it's Commodore. He's telling you, I'm not Commodore. You're the one that called me Commodore. The reason I'm in the shipping business is because I saw it as a vehicle. It is not because ship is what gave them to me and ship is what will kill me. And when he saw another thing that was trade, he moved from shipping to the rail business. Okay? Same thing here. We are saying we want to go there, we have looked around, and we've seen that one of the easiest vehicles to go with is network marketing. And one of the best vehicle brands is Avenues to Wealth. Alright? However, because Avenues to Wealth is like a Ferrari, we understand that we cannot just take it out on the road without learning how to drive it. Because if you don't learn how to drive it and you drive it, you're going to do what? You're going to do what? You're going to crash. How many of you feel like you have had an accident with your A2W? Okay, yeah, there are 200 people who decided to drive their Ferraris without knowing how to drive. Okay, good. Napkin presentation 3 says get moved from point A to point B in any vehicle to start it. Alright? So start it. Start the vehicle. Okay? Buy the privilege pack. That's the only way you can get in and start it. When you bought the privilege pack, the second thing then says ensure that you use it. Okay? It says use the product. Use the product. Second thing, yeah. Second thing, okay? It says use the product. And that's like putting petrol in Ferrari. Ensure you use the product. There are so many benefits to having it. I cannot tell you what they are, but use it. If you have a problem using the product, just look for 2 ebooks, download it and read it. You use the product. Use it. Okay? Even if you are traveling now, start using privilege pack to prepare for the future. Do you understand? There are people, even if they are not traveling now, understand, Chiwe used to say something. In this business, if you have gotten this business pack, you've gotten a privilege pack, and you do not have an international passport, go and get an international passport. Because you will travel. Hello? Why are people looking at me like this? Is it because I have not said God spoke to me and said that if you buy the privilege pack, you will travel? Is that why you are looking at me like that? If I said that, I'm probably going to be shaking the amen. Okay, because God spoke to me. Okay, let me leave that one for now. The only thing that will ensure that if you've not traveled before, you buy the privilege pack and you do not travel is if you do not duplicate. Is if you do not do the things I told you to do. Because personally, when I got Avenues to Wealth and the privilege pack, my passport, I had gotten a passport. My passport was very virgin. Hello? You know virginity for passport. When you look at the passport, you will know that the only purpose of the passport is for identification. That's the only purpose. For identification. Okay? Now, but after I got involved with this opportunity, and I got involved with the opportunity properly, the places where I dreamed that people would take me, I went by myself. Via the opportunity. The places where I could not go by myself, Avenues to Wealth dragged me there. Hello? The problem is that some people are trying to save money to travel. You have a vehicle that has the capacity to literally drag you on some opportunity. Okay? There's one in September, for instance. Some people here already know what I'm talking about. For 2 exciting weeks, they are trying to drag us, not they are trying to drag us already to America, to the USA. And we'll visit 3 cities. Exciting. We've been sent out there. Just leave me alone. If I prepare, I won't do anything else. Let the day come and let's go. And let's come back. But that's what happened. Because it's all expense paid anyway, I don't need to bother my head. I just need to block out that time from my diary and ensure that I go and have a ball. Okay? So that's the same thing that happened too when we told us to go to Paris and France. That's the same thing that happened too when we took us to Singapore and Thailand. That's the same thing that happened when we took India, Dubai, Maldives, and all the other places. Okay? What happened is when we got into the car, we started using the product. So if you do not have your passport and you want to connect to this grace here, this grace, yeah? After you buy the privilege pass, I'm just kidding, but after you buy the privilege pass, ensure that you prepare to travel. You will travel. If you do not travel because the company has said come and travel, you will travel because you have made enough money to travel. And traveling is higher education. Hello? Listen, all of the things that exist in this world are not, they are not in Nigeria. Right? Nigeria is a good country until you get outside. When I'm proud and I look at it and I say, do you have a choice? I'm proud Nigerian. Are you not Nigerian? You are Nigerian now. It's your choice whether to be proud or not. But you are Nigerian. Okay? I've not seen anybody who was from America who said, I want to be proudly Nigerian. Or I want, everybody tries to be proudly what they are. And that's fine. So I'm proudly Nigerian, but it would be good to visit other parts of the world. Alright, good. What's the third thing? It says everyone starts in neutral. Everyone starts in neutral. There is no automatic. You need to get into there. What does that mean? Let me tell you what that means. It means that everybody that buys into Avenues to Wealth as an opportunity starts at the same point. You will not grow your business until you engage your gear. You will not grow your business until you get into action. Don't forget, it is I plus A plus B. Because after you've gotten the information, you've gotten the product, you started the car, you've seen the product. Until you engage action, you do not begin to get the benefits. However, once you get into gear, once you say, okay, I can see what the products are, I can see what the business is, now I want to begin to grow my business, you have capacity to be able to do a lot of things with it. Alright? What are the things you do? Number one, you sponsor someone to get into first gear. You sponsor someone to get into first gear. That's first gear. When you put it in gear one, you want to move. Gear one is you sponsor someone. Okay, don't forget, I said in this particular industry, you do not sell, you share. Do you understand? If I came around now, I said, I put something on my Facebook, and I got responses. I got about 15 different responses. Because I said, please, do you know somebody who wants to have time freedom, and who wants to have financial freedom, and who wants to get educated, who wants to get extremely financially educated, and I put out about 4 or 5 things. Please, if you know someone, please send me an inbox of the person so I can get in contact with the person. Alright? If I came to you and I say, do you know somebody who wants to be earning $10,000 extra? While they are doing what they are doing, just extra per month. I need to meet with the person. Do you know somebody like that? What are you likely to tell me? You say yes. And when I say, who is the person? What will you say? Me, myself. Yeah, I say, I know myself. I said, even the people I want to give you, I don't know them. It's me that I know. But because everybody likes that. I mean, if you ask me the same thing, I'll tell you, yes, I know. Even if I don't tell you it's me, when you tell me to send the number, I'll send my name and number. But now when you're surprised, what did you expect for? Because it's easier that way. When you say that, it's easier than saying, madam, there's something you need to do, You need to do this. This business can do this business. No. When I ask you that, do you know someone, for instance, or I ask you that, are you interested in like $1,000 extra, per month, or $2,000 extra per month, just, it's the extra. Once it's extra, it's not any problem. So what do I need to do? The person is likely to ask you. So you are sure you're interested. You're interested, okay, good. Can you read 4 chapters of this book? Say no. I thought you were going to give me a deal. I said, good. That's the deal I'm going to give you. If you read first 4 chapters of this book, then we can talk about it. If the person is interested, really, the person is likely to read the first 4 chapters and the remaining chapters. If the person is interested, but is not interested in using the vehicle that you want to use, then you say, there's another vehicle he's looking for. Okay? Then you go to what? You go to what?
The next
person. Who is interested? Because, ladies and gentlemen, whether or not you like it, every time you drive, there are things you see you don't take note of. There are people who are walking. They are going where you are going to. But their own vehicle is their shoe. There are people who are cycling. They are going to the same place. But their vehicle is their bicycle. So burn a lot of energy. There are some people who are in vehicles, which you probably are in, and you are driving, you are going to the same place as well. There are some people who probably go in choppers, helicopters. They are going to the same place as well. Okay, there are people who go in buses. Buses will go to the same place, just like you stop at many bus stops. So it's likely to get there a lot less. And then there are more people inside the bus. But you see, the truth is, at the end of the day, you cannot say because you are driving, everybody must be driving. Do you understand? What that means is that everybody is not necessarily your prospect. Stop disturbing the people. Everybody is not your prospect. Okay? So, the first thing you need to do is to sponsor someone to get into first gear. And I tell people it's simple. If you are interested in financial freedom, once you are interested in financial freedom, there are people who are interested in financial freedom. The proof that there are people who are interested in financial freedom is that you are interested in financial freedom. Do you understand? That's the simple proof. So all you need is somebody who's interested in the same thing. And for some people, it may not be financial freedom. Somebody just feels, I want to be able to have influence over a number of people who I can teach to be financially free. Okay? I've been free from birth because all the inheritances of my father is there. And I don't have anything in the world. So I'm feeling useless because I'm not empowering anybody else. Okay? I want to be able to engage my resources to empower people. However, when I talk to them, after I finish talking to them, there's nothing I can do with them. So I want to be able to take them through a process that can ensure that while I'm doing the same thing, they're getting empowered. And there are people like that. And then you get into gear and continue to do. First thing, move into first gear. Second thing, duplicate to get into second gear. Hello? Are you following?
Yes.
It says duplicate to get into second gear. I told you what duplication means. How many of us remember? You remember what duplication is? What's duplication? Can somebody help me? 3 levels did. Good. I gave like 3 different definitions. Yes, what else? Duplication is 3 levels deep. What does 3 levels deep mean? It means that I teach somebody how to teach somebody how to sponsor somebody. Alright? I teach somebody how to teach somebody how to sponsor somebody. He says you need to get into second gear 25 times. What does that mean? You need to get into first gear 5 times. That 5 times means 5 times. Okay? You need to get into second gear 25 times, meaning that if I'm teaching you to duplicate, it means that I'm trying to teach you to get your own 5 people as well. Okay, that's why it says you need to get second gear 25 times. And then third thing, third gear. Yeah. After you duplicated to the second level for them, then you need to duplicate again to the third level. So you are trying to help their second level also get into gear 5 times. Of course, because their second level is 25, by the time you have that 25 to get into gear 5 times, if you want 25. Usually you are trying to say, I will help you to do what I did. When you know what I did, both of us will help the people that you brought to do what we both did. Once they've done both of them, me, you, and that person will help those levels to do what they do. So everybody, you are all doing what we did. Monkey see, monkey do. You understand? There's no superstar syndrome. You're just doing what we did. You're just doing what we did. Once I've done what they've done, okay, I can help them. Everybody's just trying to do what you know. You don't understand it. You're just trying to. CM calls it no thinking required. NTR. Just do what they've done. Hello? How many of you have got into a car? You want to learn to drive? And somebody tells you, hello, this car is not like the others. You drive it like a plane. Okay? It doesn't have steering. It just has something like this. That if you push it, it will go. And then you bring it back. How many of you know that you're no more driving a car? Because when you get into a car, you expect that after driving my Honda CRV, I should be able to get to the Hyundai Accent and drive it. Am I correct? Yes. I should be able to get to the Nissan, whatever, and drive it. I should be able to get. So I do not need to learn to drive every car I enter into. Why? Because there is a system. And once I've learned the system, all I need to do is to follow the system. And that's what everybody else is doing. So you're literally teaching them, this is how to drive, this is how to drive, this is how to drive. Next person, they're doing exactly what you've done. And you find it growing and growing. That's third gear. Fourth gear. Let's look at what fourth gear looks like. Fourth gear. Fourth gear is you help your first 5 to get into third gear. Of course, you know this is when you become fully duplicated. Fourth gear means you help the reason he's saying that is because it means that they are going to help those ones to get to 625. Alright? You help them first, and then fifth gear you move into overdrive. Okay? Fifth gear, you move into overdrive. You teach your second level, 25 back gear to third gear. Pretty much, by this time, it says get into overdrive. You know what overdrive is in the car? Eh? Overdrive is the drive you get to where the gear selector is not necessary anymore. It's just cruise. Just be going. That's what I mean. Just be going. And that's what then happens to your team. Your team just begins to go. Regardless of you. It just continues to grow. I'm telling you that at this point, you can begin to feel like a footballer in any. Okay? Of course, in a team, Division 1, before you then get to Premiership and then. Even in Premiership, it's short that how much of supply. It's just the big ones that we hear. Alright? But pretty much, that is how to grow the business. Listen, the reason why, even for those who are about to get into A2W, it's important that you learn how the business is. So that already, if you are seated here, you can know whether you are a consumer or a distributor. You know, we say every time we buy product, we say we are distributors of A2W. We say we are a distributor, we are a distributor, we are a distributor. And I say, if you are a distributor, what does it? If you are a distributor, what should be your responsibility? Good. By the word distributor, what's your responsibility?
Distribute.
You know, I mean, by the word distributor.
Distribute. Yes, distribute, yes.
Is it not to distribute?
Yes.
So if I say I am a distributor and I'm not distributing, it means I'm not a distributor. Am I correct?
Yes.
And a distributor is it becomes my responsibility for me to grow my team to sponsor other what? Distributors. If they do not distribute, it means they are not distributors. Alright? So you need to know from the beginning if you are an end user or you are a distributor. If you are an end user, then it's fine. You buy the privilege pack, you enjoy the privileges, and you're fine. Whether the earnings come or not, you don't have to come. You can sell someone, you can sell the oven, you can sell the tap, you can sell toys, you can do whatever you want, but you know that you are an end user. If you are a distributor, then you will be ranked based on your ability to distribute, which only becomes evident by your level of sponsorship. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, the fourth thing you then do is to share the product with other people. Of course, I've spoken about that. I've just tried to quickly summarize up to Napkin presentation 3. Napkin presentation 1 says there is a power of multiplication. Know it, tell it, and use it. There is no point being a superstar. Napkin presentation 2 says avoid the salesman syndrome. Once you are a salesman, you are likely to fail if you do not change your mentality. Because salesmen sell to many people. However, network marketers sponsor people. So you sponsor, you get involved, you get committed. You are involved in it, you are committed in it. And you ensure that those who you sponsor are able to do the same things you do. And then, Napkin presentation 3 says what? Napkin presentation 3 says 4 things you need to do. 4 things you need to do. You get started, you use the product, you do what again? You get into first gear, get into second gear, get into third gear, get into fourth gear. Which basically means sponsor, teach to sponsor, and teach how to teach to sponsor. In final, I've said to you this business is a business of duplication. Until you have duplicated, you are not likely to create passive income. Thank you very much.